Puerto Pañuelo. We leave the thick forest and reach the port, called Puerto Pañuelo. Its name means Port of the Scarves. In the past, the locals used to wave their scarves at the boats sailing along the coast. There was a color code for the scarves so that they could communicate with each other. From here, you can take a catamaran that sails to Puerto Blest and Victoria Island. We suggest you stop in the car park to listen to the following information about the points of interest in this area. From here, you can see the João João Hotel. It was designed by the architect Alejandro Bustillo, of native timber and Patagonian cypress. It was opened on January 8, 1938. Its situation is unique, as its rooms have wonderful views of the Cerro Tronador, Lago Moreno, or the Lago Nahuel Huapi. In October 1939, fire completely destroyed the hotel. Rebuilding work started at once, with 500 laborers working shifts every 8 hours, 24 hours a day, in an attempt to finish the roof before the end of May and the start of the rains and snows. They achieved their goal, and in December 1940 the hotel reopened. The reopening was at a key moment. Europe was entering World War II, and Argentina's high society, who used to spend their holidays in France, found that this was no longer a safe option. Bustillo recommended they should discover the so-called Switzerland of Patagonia, and so the hotel became famous, as presidents, kings, princesses, and statesmen from all parts of the globe started to visit the region. In 1976, the National Parks Administration decided to close the hotel, as its maintenance was very high, and it remained closed until July 1993, when it was privatized and finally reopened its doors. Today it has over 170 rooms and suites with all the comforts and technology required by its guests. On the hill opposite the hotel, we can see the San Eduardo Chapel. On the day of the opening of the hotel in 1938, a big party was organized, to which many members of the Argentine high society were invited. Ezequiel Bustillo, then chairman of the National Parks Administration, asked his guests for a cash donation, which would be used for the construction of a chapel. Mrs. Juana Devoto was the first one to respond, and she signed a check for 20,000 pesos. With that sum, the chapel was built. You can visit it every morning, and on Sundays during Mass at 11 a.m.